All right, everybody, welcome to this TTC interview. My special guest today is none other than 49Sense. How you doing, 49Sense?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing great. So how do you feel about the 49ers draft this season?
The draft?
Yeah,
Well, the first round, I had a couple of question marks, man. But after that, man, we was getting it in. Whew.
yeah,
Carlos Hyde. Oh man.
yeah. That was a
He,
good pickup. He's
yeah,
gonna be a
that was.
beast running back.
He's gonna be great. Yeah, he's gonna. He's like
I
the way
think he
we
may
see it, man.
replace
He like
Frank
the
Gore
future.
when he
Go ahead.
retired.
Say it again.
I said I think he may be the one to replace Frank Gore when he retires.
Yeah, yeah. He the
So
future of the 49ers.
yep.
Definitely an
So
all
how?
around back, man. That's a great pick, man. One of the most
Yep,
exciting ones throughout the whole draft for me, man. I'm ready for him.
yep. So how long have you been a 49ers fan?
Shoot, I've been a 49ers fan since, boy, it's about what, 1993?
93.
Yeah, my dad's a 49ers fan. He's been in there since the Steve the Bird days. Like,
Wow.
he's been there for a minute, and he raised me to be a Niner fan, so. But I just say 93 because that's actually the first year we actually sat down and watched the game and I knew what was going on, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about Steve Young when he was with the 49ers?
Steve Young, my favorite QB,
Favorite QB?
hands down. Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of 49ers fans questioned when Joe Montana was replaced by Steve Young, but they got to understand, though, Joe Montana was up there in age, too, so I can understand why they did that, too.
Yeah, that was a
They
very
got
difficult
Young from the
time.
Buccaneers,
That
too.
was a that was a strange time really for 49er fans. You had like you know what's funny though to talk about the Steve Young thing. Everything that you hear now about our QB now, you know the one that went as number 7, you know that guy, you know everything that you heard about him and throughout the blogs, the same thing was said about Steve Young before.
Yeah,
And the thing was when during the Joe Montana era, it was you had a lot of 49er fans that when he went to the Chiefs and when Steve Young played Joe Montana, I think it was what was it? I think it was like a week 2 game. It
yeah,
was like an early game during the season, I think it was like '94 season. You had 49er fans who couldn't decide on who to root for. It was crazy. It was a real like it was like we was arguing with ourselves
yeah,
because we was like, yo, we 49er fans, root for the Niners, but they was like, oh, but it's cool, Joe, come back, Joe. I don't know what to do. It was a real weird time back then.
yeah.
Like it was serious. Like you had a lot of bickering inside our fan base back then, man, for a lot of stuff that I feel like was just
Yeah, it was also kind of crazy, though, when he went to the Chiefs. He almost took the Chiefs all the way to the Super Bowl.
yep.
That was
He almost
crazy.
took the Chiefs to the Super Bowl, and the funny thing
Yeah,
was we went to the Super Bowl that year. It would have been
yeah,
the Niners and the Chiefs.
yeah, that would have been something.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, it would have been probably a good game, too.
Gosh, did you see the game when they played the first time? Well, I don't know how old you are.
Yeah, man, like, yeah, I wasn't old enough to see it, but because I was born in '93, but I've
Oh
seen
yeah,
highlights of it. Yeah, I saw Joe Montana. He got some work in.
yeah. It was a real tough game. It was a great game. I think the
Yeah,
game was I'm not mistaken. I think the game was a Kansas City home game. If I can't
I
remember.
think that was the last time they played Joe Montana then, because after that I think he retired.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like my ways, like when Brett Favre came back to play the Packers. But the only thing about that is we played them twice a year, so we lost twice to them. And then the next year we swept them. So I mean, it was kind of like that, but it was way different because they aren't arch rivals.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So if you could have any player from any team right now in the NFL, who would it be?
Any player from any team in the NFL,
Yep. If you could pick anyone.
I don't want none of them bums.
Hmm.
I don't want nobody. None of them.
None of them.
Nah, they all beneath me.
All of them.
All of them. Call me a homer. I'm a Niner for life.
So let's just say, like, let's just look back, like, on the draft. if the 49ers would have drafted Aaron Rodgers over Alex Smith, how do you think the 49ers would be right now?
Oh man, the 49. Well,
It'd be way different right now because they wouldn't have Cap, but they would have Aaron Rodgers.
man, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Man, that's a really good question, man. What? Well, see, then again, so you gotta look at it like this, right?
Yeah.
After we drafted Alex Smith, those next seasons, we picked a lot of key players. Like, if we would have got Aaron Rodgers, we probably would have been a better football team. So we probably wouldn't have picked up guys like Vernon Davis in the first round, Patrick Willis, because we had those first-round draft picks. After we got Alex Smith, year after year after year, we had really good first-round draft picks. So who knows who we would have picked then? If we were actually a good football team, maybe we would have dropped and missed out on. Like I said, we could have missed out on Patrick Willis, missed out on like Crabtree and Vernon Davis. So I don't know. It's.
I think it would all depend on who they would draft next. But if they would have had let's just say if they had all those players right now, and they had Aaron Rodgers,
if they would have had
they'd
all
be
the players plus Aaron Rodgers.
Honestly, they'd be a dynasty because they right now. Let's say look at all the receivers they got right now. Let's just say they had all those receivers and they had Aaron Rodgers in the mix. They would probably go all the way.
Oh, you talking about with Stevie Johnson, him too? All these.
And Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball straight to him?
No question.
Yeah.
This would have been, bro. Bro.
Yep.
No question, man. It would have been, hands down, we would have been a very, very unstoppable force.
So were you surprised that the Seahawks went on to win the Super Bowl?
No, I wasn't surprised.
It really didn't come to me as a surprise, though, because I think the Seahawks their defense was stacked that year, and I think this was their one chance to go to the Super Bowl with all those players coming up with free agency and stuff. This was pretty much their chance, because I don't think they're going to repeat, because it's real hard to go back to the Super Bowl and repeat.
No, they're not going to repeat. I'm going to put them in one-hit wonders just like the Rams. They're not going to repeat. The thing about it is it's not really the Seahawks who I had the issue with. It was who they was going to play in the Super Bowl. And when I seen it was going to be the Broncos, I was like,
it's crazy.
I mean, it's like you got a football team like Denver, who's pretty much their game is around the pass, and you got the Seahawks, who has one of the best secondaries in the league. So I just knew. I didn't think it was going to win like that, but I just figured,
Because the Broncos are that one team to lose to two of the first two black quarterbacks to win the Super Bowl too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy though, and they both got blown out too. So, I mean, the Broncos they had a better game. I mean, they had a better scoring with against the Redskins, but then against the Seahawks, I almost thought it was going to be the first Super Bowl where one team doesn't score at all.
Yeah, the game was just. It was crazy. It was nonsense, man. I couldn't believe what was going on. That was just. No, you got to blame everything on Denver. That was a serious beatdown. No excuses for something like that.
Yeah,
and at the same time, Peyton Manning gets ranked as what is he the top 100 player of all 2013, 2014.
2014, he was the number one player on the top 100. But that doesn't come to me as a surprise, because if you look at the past of those players, maybe all of them were MVPs.
Oh yeah, AP. Yeah, you're right.
It just feels like whoever gets the MVP award is going to be number one.
Yeah, Adrian Peterson got it. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Tom Brady. Yep.
Yeah.
So who do you hate the most in your division, the Cardinals or the Seahawks?
Who I hate the most in the division? Well, I mean, long-term wise, I hate the Rams the most.
You hate the Rams the most?
Yeah, I hate the Rams the most in my division anyway. Yeah. Seahawks is just something this is more media attention that put the fuel into that more than actual to me, I just look at it. I wouldn't say just another game, but I don't put too much effort behind the hate of the Seahawks as much as a lot of other people do. I hate other football teams way more than the Seahawks. Trust me.
Yeah.
I grew up hating serious hate for some other teams, and y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I ain't gonna say no names. I'm not gonna stir anything up right now. We'll just wait for week 1.
Yeah. So, how does it feel to have a Super Bowl in your guys' stadium for the next Super Bowl, Super Bowl 50, the big one?
It's cool. But you know, I haven't seen a football team win a Super Bowl in their own home, so.
So, do you think
who
you
knows how
guys
we're
can
gonna
be
do next year?
do you think you guys could be that team?
I hope so, but man, that's a lot going against us. You got a lot of history going against us.
Yeah. So what do you feel is going to likely happen first? Do you feel that Wilson's going to get a win in your guys' stadium first, or do you feel Kaepernick's going to get a win in the link?
That's a good question. Honestly, it's yeah. I think, man, I think we will get the first win in that stadium. Yeah.
It is a tough stadium to play in.
It's a tough stadium to play in, but after that NFC title game, the 49ers. Let me say this: the 49ers are a football team that I know we can beat anybody. We get a lot of hate for a lot of things, but in general, everybody knows that this football team is stacked to do a lot of great things, not just now, but in the future. And I don't think just the stadium noise or just the atmosphere is really going to affect this football team on a continuous level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it so far, and you're like, oh, week 2, week 16, and it's like, you know, and then the NFC title game. But you got to understand, if we just go out there and just attack like we know we are, it's no problem. It's not like the football team is better than us. To me, it's more of this mental thing, this mental hump. You know,
yeah.
That's just. But I don't see us continuously losing in that stadium. That's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. So how do you feel about Kaepernick's contract? Getting paid.
The Kaepernick contract, man. I'm still trying to figure this one out. You know, it has so many. Let me sit back and think about this. It's a good. I mean, man, for what the contract is, it has a lot of ins and outs. That some stuff I don't understand, other stuff I do understand. But this is the whole outcome. This is what I see. As long as Cap does what he's supposed to do, then him getting paid, I'm cool with it.
He wins a Super Bowl. Let's just say he wins a Super Bowl. He's going to get paid a bigger contract.
But see, the thing about the contract now is that the 49ers are not just paying for what he has done, but what he is going to do. So like I said the first time, as long as he goes out there and handles business, does what he's supposed to do, I don't have a problem with how much they pay him. You know, people say, oh, he's getting overpaid, but if we all could if we could actually see the future of certain players and their contract, a lot of players you would think, oh, they deserve to get this money. Like, let's say Aaron Rodgers, for instance, we were like, okay, you're going to pay Aaron Rodgers the money for what he has done, but you don't know what he is going to do. He could just fall off completely. But people, Kaepernick is a quarterback that's young in this league, and like not just him, but like, you know, you got Cam Newton, RG3, Andrew Luck, these young guys that they've had not so much RG3, but more like Andrew Luck. You know, they had a substantial career in the beginning. You know, you can see them advancing to something better than what they are now. And with Cap, like people hate him, but you know he's gonna get better at what he's doing because he works hard every single week, even when he doesn't have to. What was it? He traveled to Miami to go out there and work out with Frank Gordon. And, you know, he's a real hard worker when it comes to what he wants to perfect his craft of being a quarterback. And when I look at somebody like that, and then the season starts and he does what we want him to do, then I really have no problem with him with the money wise, you know. But like I said, if Aaron Rodgers was like, we know he's the greatest, not the greatest quarterback, but he's like one of the best and top quarterbacks throughout this decade, right?
Yep.
If he falls off and let's say you pay him a lot of money right now, and he falls off and does nothing for like 5-6 seasons straight, maybe until his retirement, would you still say that he's worth the money?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like you some guys like Colin Kaepernick, like the young guys anyway. You're really paying for what you think they're going to do in the future. And the way the contract is set up, it's almost as if these next couple of years, if he doesn't put in that work, then it's a lot of cuts that's going to be in there. So the contract thing is something I still got to look at though. I still got to study this thing. But for the most part, we got to see though, because this is something we got to wait on.
Yeah.
Is he going to going to go out there and do his thing, or he's going to come back and he's going to be, maybe he's going to come back and be like, I don't want to say it, but maybe a bust. Who knows? But his work ethic, how hard he works, he's going to go out there and he does a great job. Then I really have no problem with this contract or any contract towards winning. But like you said, if he gets a ring, then we got to renegotiate again.
Yep.
If he gets 2.
Yep. You're gonna pay. The more Super Bowls, the more the pay.
Yeah.
So do you feel Kaepernick should run less and throw the ball more?
Honestly, no. I don't think he should do anything different outside his character.
So if he should run, he should do what he does?
The best thing is to do what he does. When he was in college, he had over 10,000 plus 4,000 rushing, and he was comfortable. Now he's on a bigger stage, and I felt like that since the 2012 season, he's been kind of like back and forth, doing what some people want him to do, like trying to be more safe, conservative, and then you got some games where I know that Jim Harbaugh, Greg Roman was just like, hey man, we need to go out here and just win this game and do such and such, like you know how to do it. It's been a lot of football games where Cap doesn't get a lot of credit, where the ball was put in his hands to do certain things, and people just want to just overlook that. But when Cap wants to do certain things the way he feels like it, and like I said, if you want to call it a game manager, if he feels like, okay, I want to take over and do certain things, like if I see a lane open, if I can make it, then you'll get a 50-yard run from me. At the same time, if I see Vernon Davis out there and I can make this, I can get this 25-yard pass off him, I'm going to do that. But I don't want him to just sit back and lose an opportunity where you can get a 25-yard run from him, and he just want to sit there in the pocket and just be like, man, I don't want to run, but, I want people to think I can't throw the ball in the pocket, that type of thing. It's just let him be who he is, man. That's the reason why we have him in the first place, because he's that multi-talented. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm like rambling too much. Go ahead.
So, you think you guys are going to win the division this year?
The division? Yeah, we're winning the division. Yep. I said it.
So you think Seahawks will finish second?
Why not?
Yeah, you think Seahawks will finish second?
No, Seahawks going to finish third.
So you think it's going to be 49ers and who else?
49ers is going to be like, it's going to be like 49ers. Oh, man. You going to have me say this up here. Somebody's going to take this up and chop it up. But actually, man, I can't really tell you, man. I don't care who's in second. I don't care who's beneath me. We're going to be on top. It's like this. Last year, if it was just division only, we was the top of the division, 5-1. Seahawks were 4-2.
Yep.
Enough said.
So there's been a lot of people. I've seen YouTube videos and stuff. I'm not sure if you think this, but there's been a lot of people that said that NFC Championship game is rigged. So do you feel that the NFL rigs games?
I had this discussion with a lot of guys. I even had this talk with the Football Guru.
Yeah.
Shout out to Football Guru. He always trying to show me stuff, information about how certain things are going to pan out throughout the season. And just for the good of the game, I'm going to say no. I hope not. The passion that a lot of fans have for this game, I just hope not. But
Well, nobody wants to see that happen. Like if it was rigged, comes out to be rigged. But just the whole logistics of it all, because like most of these Super Bowls, like they just feel like they're storylines from like NFL goes for the best storyline. But
yeah.
I don't want to say it's rigged or nothing. But there's been games where I scratch my head, like the Seahawks and the Steelers, like Jerome Bettis going back to his hometown and winning it. And then like even the Super Bowl with the 49ers or Ravens kind of felt like Ray Lewis retires with the ring.
Well, the 49ers Super Bowl, you had a lot of ones. You had the brother versus brother thing.
The brother, like almost like
the Ray Lewis thing. Huh?
The whole storyline to it all, like it just felt like that kind of thing. But I'm not trying to say it's rigged or nothing, but it just like sometimes it will have me scratching my head, like is it rigged or is it not? But I mean, it is what it is, though. There's nothing we can do about it. I mean, if it's rigged, we won't even know about it. So.
Yeah, we wouldn't even know about it. And then if somebody comes out and say it is, we're just gonna just ignore it anyway and not believe them.
We're gonna turn our head and just still watch football.
Yeah, but for the good of for the fans in general and the passionate fans that's been doing this since the NFL has existed, I really hope it's not.
Yeah. So how do you feel about being in the TTC Rookie Class in 2012 with me, The Voice, Air Falcon TV? There's a lot of pretty good rookies in there. So how do you feel about being in that class?
Oh yeah, that's hands down that was a tough class. You know,
tough class. I mean,
plus you had Kingbird in there, huh?
Kingbird, yep.
He was in there.
I mean, it was one of the best classes yet.
Yeah,
I agree.
Everybody that was in that class, you know who they are now. Like that class, if you look at the trash talkers that was in that class, you wouldn't think they was rookies. None of them. You thought they'd been there for a couple seasons.
I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to say everyone, but there's been like a few. I'm not going to say their names on here because I don't want to like start some drama or nothing like that.
Who are you gonna say? Packer Stacker, Cujo. Say their name. I say their names. They're horses. The niggas don't know how they game up here. You can say that. It's all good.
They got like what I'm saying is like they gotta step their game up. And I almost try to do that with Cujo, but let's just say it didn't turn the right way. Like everybody's told me, like they said, oh man, you pretty much destroyed him and that you pretty much butthurted him so bad, saying he was rookie of the year. I mean, I did that because he always said it. He was rookie of the year and all that stuff, but we all know he's not.
Yeah,
so I had
campaign
to
going.
just to get him in his head, just to get him in the back of his head where he thought he was rookie of the year, and then all of a sudden lose it, and then tries to drop a little pipe bomb. But everybody else, I'm pretty glad that everybody else came out to do a video about him. And I'm not trying to say, like, I don't know, do you think he's in that class? He's up there with you, me, and The Voice, and Air Falcon TV, all the rookies that were in there that are real good right now?
I told you. I'll say it for you. He ain't up to par. He ain't up here. He's trash.
He's trying to be in the big leagues, and he's in the little leagues.
He's in the little leagues. He's nowhere near my level. Shit, he's nowhere near Danny TV's level.
Yep. So any big team you're going up against this year that you haven't faced you last year? Any team you're going up you're looking forward to face?
Oh yeah, of course, Cowboys, hands down. I can't wait to
Cowboys.
That is my most hated team of all time.
Most hated team?
I hate the Cowboys. I hate every last one of them, every nook and cranny. I hate every cheerleader. I hate every coach. I hate the snack food man. I hate the parking lot attendant. I hate them all. I promise you, if I had me a big, huge candle, I would drop it on that stadium and let it just everything just catch on fire. I hate the Dallas Cowboys with a passion.
Yeah.
Serious hate. But anyway, you can continue.
Big hate week then, right? You know, you got something planned for the Cowboys?
I'm gonna slaughter them.
Slaughter them?
I'm gonna tear them up. They gonna get it. You gonna see. The Nine Empire got something for them little cow pussies, man.
Another vid maker who I'm gonna be doing an interview with later, Pistol 213. You got something planned for him?
Pistol. Oh man, the Raiders. That's another football team I can't stand. Oh yeah, I got something for him too. Trust me.
You
I
know,
got something for the Raiders. I got something for the whole Raider Nation. All them little girls. I got something for all of them. You'll see.
So did you feel kind of bad for Jerry Rice to lose the Super Bowl streak, and then all the way when he goes to the Super Bowl lose it, went
Did I
4-0?
feel bad for him at the time? No, I didn't feel bad for him. No. My hate for the Raiders. Look, dog. My hate for the Raiders. I wanted them to lose.
Yep.
At the same time, Jerry Rice broke the. I think he broke the all-purpose yards that year with the Raiders, didn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah. So he he handled his business. But no, I'm not supporting no football team unless it has this logo on it. I don't care if I'm not rooting for no Raiders. I wasn't upset at all. Not at all.
So, any team you feel that's going to be a big challenge for you guys this year?
Big challenge?
Yeah.
It's some competition out there. Let's see who we got. We got the AFC West and the NFC East. So, I mean, challenge-wise, I think it's more so it's going to be more storylines than anything this year. It's going to be a lot of storylines. We playing Alex Smith and the Chiefs again. That's one storyline. We're going to play, of course, the Cowboys. That's something that's going to be big. The New York Giants, a football team that throughout the Jim Harbaugh era, it's been a real struggle for us. And I mean, like, seriously, it's New York Giants. That's another football team I can't stand either, man. Fuck the Giants. But anyway, the Giants, that's a football team that I got some history with them too. I can't stand them either. But I think it's going to be more so just the story behind the football teams. That's more than just the competition wise. I think it's going to be a lot of emotional games this year, and plus my own division, it's going to be a lot of heated games. It's going to be a lot of physical games this year. But I think we're going to come out on top. So I ain't worried about it. I can take a couple hits, keep it moving, no big deal. All
right. So one more question before we get off the air. I pretty much know this answer, but I'm going to ask it anyways just to pump up the fans and everything. All right, here it is. 49ers, Quest for 6 going to happen this year?
Quest for 6 will happen this year in Arizona. Trust me. I call it right now. The 49ers will win the number 6 Super Bowl title. Remember, I said it here first.
Yep. So, any last thing you'd like to say before we get off? Any shout-outs or anything?
Shout out to the whole trash talking circle, of course. Shout out to Nine Empire. Shout out to McCarver. Shout out to Aaron, Iraqi vet. Shout out to Mr. P-Town. Shout out to JL103. Shout out to Mr. Frisco. Shout out to Danny. Shout out to my favorite trash talker of all time, King of FTP. Shout out to you. That's on the Twitter game. Who else I forget? I forget anybody? I know I forgot somebody. Shout out to Billy Badass. I always forget him for some reason, man. But shout out to him.
Call him. Did you say Megatron 49er?
Megatron 49er. Hey, man. Megatron 49er. Dog, you're killing him, dog. You're killing him right now. Every video he been putting out, he been slaughtering these fools in the off season, man. That dude right there, look out for him this year. Don't look out for me. Don't look out for me. My boy Megatron is killing these boys right now. Shout out to Fred DeCourt. What's it? Yeah, Fred DeCourt, man. Shout out to Mr. Universal. That's what I call him, man. He got teams all over the world. That boy right there, he needed to get gone, man. Shout out to Megatron, boy. You're killing him, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I stand behind you 100. Continue.
Yep. So that's pretty much about it. Then this is Matt Ogden, 49 cents, and we're signing out. Peace.